I met Joni because my daughter gifted me a spa day in Fredericksburg. And I have to say, this woman's energy is just, it's catching, and it was wonderful. And I walked in feeling pretty badly, just a bad day. And when I left, I felt like $1,000,000 and very empowered, and the conversations and the massage was fabulous. So that led to many conversations. Joni has a podcast. I'll let her tell you a little bit about it, but was very excited about this women's group. Told me her mom lived here in town. I did not know it was you, and very glad to officially meet you. And just very proud of all of what we do here in Colonial Beach. As you heard, many women have two hats, which is pretty common here in this community, but a great group. So I'm going to let Joni talk a little bit about herself and get us into our meeting.
Thank you so much. Do you guys, can everybody see me, or should I get up here? I teach fitness, so I'm like real comfortable on the stage. Is it weird if I get up here? I want to see everybody. How are we doing?
Good.
Who heard somebody say something today and you were like, ooh, I need to talk to them? Anybody? I need to say, I use the Jafra my mom got me. Glad to meet you. I love that stuff. So many people said things that perked my interest, and I'm not going to have time to talk to all of you today as much as I want to. But I love that you guys are doing this regularly. Kelly, love that you're keeping this going and that so many of you are dedicated. I went to the website and saw how many amazing women there are here. I feel a little bit like an outsider who don't live here. I live in Spotsylvania, which sounds like Transylvania. If you've ever had to tell someone your address and they're like, that's not a real place. Yes, it is. But I know y'all have to go there for some of your shopping, but this is such a special place. My mom's lived here, what, 13? So almost 13 years now. We've been coming here. We first were like, no, you can't move out there. It's too far. And then we came and saw the house, and we said, you have to move here. You have to move here. And that since then was 2012, she moved here.
13.
Okay, so since 2012 and 13, you guys have seen this town, how it's evolved. And it's like a whole different place. There's so much to do. From what I hear, sometimes there's too much to do. You have to choose which trivia night to go to, which karaoke. I just love that. But let me tell you a little bit about me. I heard a lot of, I wear two hats. Raise your hand if you wear two hats. Or more. I was going to say, keep your hand up if you wear more than two. More than three. You probably don't even count anymore. Okay, you're good. I probably wear 10 to 15 hats. It depends. I do a lot of side hustles. I do a lot of small businesses over the years. I homeschooled my kids. I taught other people's kids certain classes. And I love the energy of a group of women like this. Like, I hope you know how awesome you are, how unique you are, that you're not just signing up to go work for somebody else and do their bidding and do everything they tell you to do. There's nothing wrong with that. But you're built different, right? Something was crazy enough in you to go, I'm going to do my own thing and see what happens. So I like to do that. I don't always stay with the same thing very long. Anybody else jump or keep adding different hats? You have one hat, it's still good, but you just like, you want hats up to here, right? My current passion and what I do, like she said in her bio online, is I am a certified life coach. And yes, that's a real job. Sounds like, in fact, when I first heard of it, I thought, there's no way I'm gonna go pay someone else to tell me what to do with my life. Like, I must not have it together, right? Until I needed one, and it totally changed my life. But I have kind of two hats, even in life coaching, but I love to help women, much like you guys were, who have a dream in their heart, or like a stirring, and they're kind of scared or don't know what to do about it. And I help them verbalize it for the first time, and then make a plan to actually see it happen. So if you know somebody like that who's stuck, and maybe isn't as brave as the women in this room, I'd love to meet them. But the main thing I would say characterizes my life, and my mom could tell you if it's true or not, is if I'm nothing else, I'm resourceful. Am I resourceful? Probably because you made me that way. But we were always very thrifty. If I can find a way to barter or get something for free, or get a gift card to get it for free, oh my gosh, it's my favorite thing. And over the years, I've compiled all these tips and tricks, whether it's with budgeting, your health, your money, any kind of like goal setting, got all these tips and tricks. But guess what you can't do in life coaching? You can't tell anybody what they should do. You can't even say, you know what worked for me? No, that's not life coaching. You have to let them come up with it, and you ask the right questions to help them find their way, because none of us have the same path. So I got really like, well, where am I gonna, I keep telling people all the same things over and over, so I started the podcast that Kelly told you about. It's called Resourceful Women, because I'm very resourceful. And then on there I talk about all the different side hustles I still do and why I love them. Like I teach fitness classes just so I can get my gym membership for free, stuff like that. Plus it's super fun to do dance. But my podcast is a great place where I can express myself and I can tell somebody, you know, this is a great path for you. What I did, you can go listen to it if you want to get, you know, my advice on that. So if you're interested, Resourceful Women is the name of that. I'd love for you to tell people about it. It's super fun right now. I'm going through SMART goals a little bit differently. But I just wanted to kind of say thank you to like the town of Colonial Beach, because as resourceful as I am and as creative as I love to be, in 2021, I found myself in crisis. And I came back to Mama's house and I lived with my mom. My marriage was in complete shambles. I don't know if anybody here can relate. Didn't know where I was gonna live, didn't know where I was gonna work, had nothing but the money in my bank account. And this little town wrapped its arms around me, and Joni asked me to make ospreys with my crochet business for the Osprey Festival, which I've been at every year since. And so many people, some of you in this room, I've met Karen over the years, and this was such a sweet, safe place to land while I figured out life, you know, and I got the help that I needed then. And then it was ultimately coaching that got me off my butt to start moving forward again. But that's enough about me. The only other thing I'll tell you about me right now is that I'm not on social media. And you marketing people, Deb, might have to convince you. I know, she's gonna slap me. I felt very strongly called, this was just back last summer, to get off and make real in-person relationships. I was building my coaching business, and as we all know, there's all sorts of algorithms and tricks and ways to do that online, but I felt like, no, I need to do it in person. And at the same time, I was getting discouraged that I was having trouble meeting people in person and getting to know them just for relationships. You go to church, see people, hi, bye, I know nothing about them. Seems like we could be friends, but I never get to know anybody that way. So I got off social media and I created this little thing that I call 2+2. And I just started inviting women that I kind of knew, and I would say, okay, what was your name again, the white? Michelle, you're a realtor. I'd love to have coffee with you, but I want you to invite somebody who doesn't know me, and I'm gonna invite someone who doesn't know you. And we would get together, and I had these little cards, this is a big version, and we would answer 4 questions. And I don't know what it is about the questions that I asked, but people were talking about their intimacy issues and their menopause and they were getting resources and friendships around the things they were struggling with right then. And then it just hit me like, oh my gosh, this will work in business too. You say hi, bye, what was that girl's name? I've got her business card. You may never find it in the bottom of your purse again. But when you leave here today, I hope that you have an answer to something you needed an answer to, and you've helped somebody else with an answer that they needed. So I'm gonna challenge you a little bit. We're gonna workshop my little 2+2. We're gonna do it here together. We're gonna need groups of 3 or 4. Who's sitting next to somebody they already know? Imagine that. Imagine that.
How about somebody you don't know well?
Yeah, that's the whole point. It's okay if you kind of know somebody, but I would challenge you. I was going to force you to mix up, but I saw everybody already introducing and talking. I don't think that's going to be a problem, so I'm going to trust you not to only meet with your 3 best friends, okay? And here's the thing. Has anybody here ever had a bad networking experience that you're willing to share? Anybody? Yes. Check, check. We're gonna wrap it up. I love those combos. I love the level of noise that was in this room. Who met somebody cool and learned something cool? Does anybody want to share something that you learned or found? Or yes.
Golf carts rock.
Golf carts.
Oh, they do. I love mine.
No context. That's all we
That's when
get.
I
Golf
first
carts.
met
Rock.
Rob.
Yes. Found an accountant. Amazing. Anybody else? Yes. I love that. I don't know the difference between a credit union and a bank, so we need to talk too. Anybody else? Any last comments? Yes. You never thought of getting a bookkeeper. How could that change your life if you had a bookkeeper?
It'll free my mind from all the things I'm not doing.
Amazing. Amazing. Isn't it incredible what the right questions can bring up? I was in the back here and just, there's so many ideas being exchanged, but also similar struggles. Anybody have a similar struggle in your group? You were like, me too. Me too is my favorite two-word phrase. If I can get somebody to say me too with somebody else, something magical just happened. You know, you're not alone. You're not the only one. You're not stupid because you don't know the answer to your question, right? We just all have to help each other out. Fun fact, I forgot to pack shoes for today, so I'm wearing my mom's shoes, okay? And she said I can keep them. I think they're a little much, but I was like, I either go in barefoot or wearing my on-cloud tennis shoes that
It's your husband.
my husband won't let me wear them. I'm an inch taller than my husband, so these will not fly. I love him, but he's like, can you wear your flat shoes, please? Well, I just, yeah, it depends on how powerful I want to feel that day, right? I want to thank you for allowing me to be here. Thank you so much, Kelly, for inviting me. I have extra cards if you need them, but if you will take this idea into your friendships, into your communities, maybe you're in a book club or a mom group or a who knows whatever, you know, and you invite somebody, maybe go back to my original 2+2 idea, invite somebody you kind of know, but you want to know them a little better. And I have a personalized version. You can do the same thing without the word business. You just, like, what do your days look like? What do you need right now? And you'd be surprised. We've got some deep answers in our group. Anybody else have somebody who went deep? You don't have to tattle on other people. But thank you so much. I hope that this was encouraging to you and somebody here got something they needed. It looks like some people are going to be simplifying their lives a little bit maybe, and maybe their businesses. Have a wonderful day. I have business cards. If you would like to have, JoniPauley.com is my website. If you know anybody who could use some help with me asking them questions to get unstuck and get moving, let me know. Thank you.
Thank you all for being here today. As you know, a lot of us do know each other because of our businesses, and it was nice to get to know some of you a little bit more and a little bit deeper. So again, I hope you all have a fabulous day, and thank you for being here.